Alright, hello. Today we got more of the bass guitar major scales and the bass guitar mode. So stick around for that. And if you're new here to my channel, this is I Want to Play Bass YouTube channel. I cover lots of bass guitar lessons, tips, gear reviews, occasional giveaways, and occasional campaigns. And right now we're in the middle of one of planting a tree, which I'm just going on board. I'm trying to help them reach their goal of 20 million trees. So with every dollar donated to them plants a tree, and they're at about 15 million now. Hopefully they're closer than that because there's a couple months left. Well, less than a couple months left till 2020. So I think they'll make it, and with our help we can help them get there a lot quicker. And if you don't know me, I'm Donald with the bass instructor of the How to Play Bass online course at iwanttoPlayBass.com. Jump over there, subscribe for free, become a member for free, get updates on new stuff coming out. And once you're serious about your bass playing, help get those trees planted. Sign up. $2 will go to planting 2 trees. And then if you haven't been to my Patreon page, jump over there. You become a member there. $1 of that membership fee will go to planting a tree as well. So good causes here, good stuff. So definitely jump over there and get the most out of it. So today we're talking about bass guitar major scales. We've talked about all the other major scales. We've got one left, one more mode of this major scale. And if you haven't seen the previous videos, I've got a playlist going on with all of those in there now. So there'll be a card here. Click that link and you can see all of the modes of the major scale and the major scale. Just lots of good information on how to utilize these and when to utilize these modes and all that good stuff. So the last but not least is the Locrian mode. It is an odd sounding one because all these other modes, there's one interval in there that really distinguishes this mode a lot, and you'll find out about that in a second. But the pattern of the Locrian mode, we're going to be in the key of G again, okay? The pattern, this is what the Locrian mode is going to sound like. So that's the Locrian mode. So the Locrian mode has one interval in there that just really makes it a little harder to use and is more just real distinct. So it's a little harder to use it, but it's a minor scale as well. So here is I'm going to play the major scale and then I'll play the Locrian mode over it. Now there's one interval in there that really makes this thing stand out, and it's going to be this right here, that tritone. And it's all it is this fifth, the fifth, which is in every one of these modes that we have. There's always a perfect fifth, like a power chord. Perfect fifth right there. That's a perfect fifth. Where in the Locrian mode, there is no perfect fifth. It's a flatted 5. So you get that. That tritone sound that's just been just something else, augmented 4th or flatted 5. So it's the Locrian mode has that right there. So it's definitely makes it a little harder to use. You can use it and really stretch people, their interests and stuff like that. And if you can work it in nicely, it can be acquired and work well. But it takes some time of composing and compositions and some experience to figure out how to utilize that in a very inconspicuous way, because it is. So just a lot of half steps, those half steps are just a minor sounding feel, and then you've definitely got your minor thirds in there. And this is a minor third, and then a major third makeup of that arpeggio, of that 7th chord, 4-part chord. So that's the pattern. We've got the first finger, second finger, fourth finger, first finger, second finger, fourth finger, first finger, third finger. just get familiar with that pattern. As to get familiar with all of these patterns, master these, you know, day in, make your practices day in and day out, master these modes, really get a good feel for them. And a good way to get you a good feel for them is to get you a loop with, like I say, like I've done in the previous videos, like this, and just in going that I don't use the key of C when I'm doing these videos, because if I do break out in solfege, it's just a little higher to sing for me. So if I just keep it to G, you know, I just keep it in G. But if you're making a loop, go ahead and stay in the key of C, because you have no flats or no sharps in there. It's a little easier to work inside of. You know, learn these in every key though. Definitely, like I say, master these in every key. You want to get a feel, because each key has its own distinct feel to it. You know, there's not every key's different. It's the same makeup and same intervals and everything, but each key has a different sound and can be used in different stuff. It's like classical, you know, Bach and them, they would compose something in B flat just because of that feel. It's still a B, it's still a major scale that they're working out of, but just the feel of that B flat is in its own self. It's in its own right. So it's definitely, learn these in every key. Every single key has a different feel, so get used to them in every key. Can't emphasize that enough. It's that important. Learn these and learn anything that you do in all different keys, and just that will help you master it. And then it's second nature. You want it to become second nature, to where you're not focusing on what you're playing anymore. You're focusing on the music as a whole, the ensemble. You're focusing on that. You're not just, you know, you're not just thinking about you. You're able, you know your part. You've got your part dialed in, so you can just listen to it as a whole, and then you can add certain things in there when it calls for it, and you'll be aware of that, because you're not just honing on here. You can't tell what else is going on around you. So some good stuff there. Definitely master them in every key. But for today's purposes, and just for your purposes, to give you an idea of what the Locrian mode is, just get you in the key of C, like I said, because there's no flats and no sharps. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. No sharps, it's all regular. So in the key of C, B is your root note of the Locrian mode. So to take it, to get an idea for it, luckily I have a 5-string, but it's just a little harder. But I'm just going to play the low B, and then just muting my string there. It's not going to help. Got cold out here all of a sudden. What in the world? From summer to winter. So I'm just going to play the low B, because that's the root of the Locrian mode in the key of C. Works a little better if you get you a loop going. You know, just get you a simple loop that you can really emphasize that B. You can play octaves, just get your octaver going, just so you can play it. Really emphasize that B, and then you can go over it, because you can definitely tell with this lower B, that low register gets canceled out when I go, you know, with the higher notes. So work on that. Just your Locrian mode right there. Another minor mode, minor scale of that major scale. Now, like I said, this one's a little harder to find spots for, but if you follow jazz chord progressions, if you have your jazz fake book, then you'll know your real book. You'll see that in there all the time. Now, that's something you definitely want to get, and if you don't have one, jump over to iwanttoplaybase.com, hit Basis Gear Corner. I'll leave a link down below, and you can find your book there as well and get it ordered. Because it's definitely something, as a bassist, you want to have that on hand. You want to have that repertoire of those songs. And if you check out my course, I dial in some of the standard ones that you use a lot. I mean, there's 470 chord charts in there, so there's a lot to learn, but I dial in the ones that are more prevalent and more seen and will help you, do better in that audition. If you're going to a jazz gig or something like that, it's there. You'll see the ones I have highlighted over and over. So there are definitely some in there that are imperative to know. So with that being said, you get your real book, and you check it out. And what you're looking for when you're reading those chord charts is when you use this in order to use this Locrian mode, you're going to be looking for certain chords. Now, what you'll see a lot is an E minor 7 flat 5. When you see that, you'll know, all right, I can use my Locrian there. You're not just going to go to, it's not your only go-to scale in that situation, but it's somewhere else. It's another option you have to scale, to create your walking bass line over that particular over that chord. Depending on how long they're hanging on, most time you're just going to just arpeggiate, you're just going to target those chord tones of that chord. But if there's time and you're actually taking a solo for a moment, take it out, go into a Locrian mode, and you just got to be, you can't be scared. You just got to go into it, because it's got a different sound, it's got a different feel. It almost sounds out, but you just go to it and you own it, and that's what, that's when it works. Okay, so that is the Locrian mode. Check it out, minor 7 flat 5. You see that, and that's a good spot to use it. And that's it. That's the pattern. Get you a loop just so you can get a good feel for that, and just play it over and over. Okay, so hope you got some value out of that. If you did, hit that like button. Help me help you. And remember, jump over to iwanttoplaybase.com, subscribe, become a member for free, for sure. And you'll get updates on all kinds of new stuff coming up, new videos coming out, new lessons I'm adding, and just new things going on, campaigns, good stuff to get involved with. And it's all there. It'll be there, and you'll be notified when it does come up. And when you're serious about your bass playing, sign up, help plant a tree, and get well on your way to reaching your bass playing goals. All right? So thank you all, and I'll catch you all on a flip-flop in the next video. Bye for now.